Hi everybody, this is Mary Catherine Graziano at locomotion.org, and I wanted to show you how to add a new travel tally. So all you need to do is go to saferoutesdata.org and then enter a new tally. You'll need to select the school. I'm picking Isle of Mont, and I'm going to add a new time period. If you do this, these are previous time periods. You're going to add a time period. You're going to select the month. I'm going to pick this month because for demonstration purposes, you pick what makes sense for you. You'll notice that there are asterisks next to some of these. Those are the required questions. These other questions are optional. You don't need to answer them. Even though the URL activation start date is not asterisk, I would strongly suggest you do it. It makes your life a lot easier. What this will do is generate a URL that you can send to teachers and they can fill out the form themselves. So it has one that is activated for starting, and then at the last day I've picked a month. Again, you start and end whenever works best for your school. Again, it automatically generates tags. You can ignore it. I know I do. And you have two options. You can finish and it'll just send you an email with the link to the tally, or you can save and manually enter tallies. And you would pick that if, for example, you had your teachers filling out this PDF and you just wanted to manually enter them. And you find those right here on the homepage, saferoutesdata.org. I know you can't see all of it, the URL, but just go straight to that page. And you'll see on the right-hand side, student travel tally and a parent survey. This is a different form. It's useful if you want to know why parents are choosing to allow their children or not allow their children to walk or bike to school. This is what the parent survey looks like. Talks about their habits and other areas of interest. Useful if you're doing some planning. The PDF is something you can send to your teachers and have them fill out manually. Again, this is something a teacher can do really quickly in the morning. It's just a show of hands, just like they do a hot or cold lunch counts. Pretty quick. But the online version is easier and nicer. So what you do is you send them the URL that you received in your email, which comes from SRTS Online Tally Form URL link. All you have to do is click on it, and it'll generate a URL just for your school. And for each teacher, you don't have to worry about anyone overwriting data. Each entry populates a new line on the spreadsheet behind the scenes. So all you need to do is type in the teacher's name, pick their classroom grade, how many students are in the class, the start date, the Monday date for that week it started. In our case this week, Monday started on the 21st. And you'll notice that they ask for midweek days instead of Mondays or Fridays. Apparently those days are a little wonky and can mess up the data. You will pick the weather, the total number of students in the classroom, count of hands for how many walked in the morning, biked in the morning, school bus, took a single family vehicle, carpooled with other families, transit, or other. And you can have them also in that same breath tell how they're planning on getting home that same day. It's usually already all set. There's very few changes those days, and you can add any disruptions. Your teacher can either keep this open on a tab and do it all in one shot, or I believe they can just submit each day separately. I think either one works fine. Or they can do a tally on a piece of paper and enter it themselves at the end, whichever works best. Alright, so that's basically how you do it. Oh, one big important note, do not select dates where you're already doing a major transportation to school event. For example, you're doing a walk to school day, do not do a travel tally during that day. What you're looking for is typical commuting behavior, not during exceptional event circumstances. You really want to figure out what people's normal travel patterns are, and then submit it. It'll generate a really nifty report with all of the data you entered broken down into graphs and tables, and it'll even break it down for the weather and travel habits for that. You can see that a lot more kids took a single family vehicle when the weather was overcast or snowy than if it was sunny out, which makes sense. Alright, so this is a great resource for schools to determine behavior. If you have any questions at all, you can email me, Mary Catherine, at marycatherine@locomotion.org or education@locomotion.org, or you can email Jonathan at Jonathan, JONATHON, at locomotion.org. That's JONATHON at locomotion.org, or me at education@locomotion.org. And if you have any questions, we will do our best to answer them for you. Thank you very much, and have a great day.